Hi, beautiful soul. Welcome to this podcast episode where I was guided to share about the insights, the ins and outs of dark spells. Now, this is not a sexy topic, but it is one of the most important ones nonetheless, because without the understanding of how reality operates behind the scenes, we're going to stuck under what I like to call energetic bubbles. So let's get so we're going to get spiritual, we're going to get scientific, we're going to get real. Earlier today, I posted, I guess, a reel, or how do you call that? A short on the glamour spells. Okay, and this is something that I was made aware of very late in my spiritual journey. Okay, and it's also because, this isn't about beating yourself up for not seeing things earlier, because collectively we were not able to. Now, after years and years and years and years, I'm hearing a decade of humans, starting awakening, really, just go back into the first books, Abraham Hicks, Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle, all these really, really enlightened teachers. With the birth of this spiritual awakening phenomenon, the more people awakened, the more we raised our vibration collectively, and the more we had access to these information and these layers of reality. Before that, we were just not able to, because our vibration, these energetic bubbles, they are created to keep us in the third dimension, to keep us in the 3D, to keep investing in the matrix, to keep fitting the beast. And the way it operates, the way it works, it is through literal dark magic. Now, I know this is, the dark magic, witchery, all that stuff. It's not, it's not a topic that it's just out there in the light of the day. But for me, my true deepest healing journey and liberation, soul liberation, only started when I became a shaman. When I understood how to operate and how energy works. Because you see, energy is really powerful, and there is a reason why we don't have a knowledge and an understanding of how it operates. Because when you do, you cannot be, when you take control over your own, over your energetic body, over your, over your whole system, I would say, that's when you know that nothing else can program you, nothing else can touch you. Because you see, if we were, there was a time where all these things like mantras and affirmations, they were very popular, okay? But you see, they program you, they reprogram you on a mind level. You do emotional releasing, you do emotional work. This is also very nice and effective. But the real core work that we need to do is on a soul level, on an energetic frequency level. Because without it, just imagine yourself and just imagine entire collectives, entire soul groups inside of energetic bubbles. Cultures, countries, the whole humanity. And they are operated by the dark forces. Unless we look at this very deep level of how reality works, we are still going to be stuck in the bubble, never going to be free. And our job as light workers is to really see through these pierce through these illusions, and break through so that we can really, we can finally go from the 3D to the 5D, where there is no such thing as energetic manipulation, as mind control. You are free. That's the true freedom that we all are seeking. That is true freedom. I just want to give examples so that it really lands. I shared about the glamour beauty spells, okay? And I shared an episode as well on the inverted matrix. And, those of us who came here with the divine template, the chosen ones, the ones that are God sent, the light workers, the star seeds, whichever label you prefer. The newer visionaries, I like to call you. Okay, so we carry the light. We are here to hold the torch of the light. But we play the game, right? We come here as just any normal human. And we go through, the same narcissistic abuse. We go through the same societal imprinting. We go through the same mind programming. And some of us have chosen really, 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 really tough situations. Well, first of all, because we can handle it. We are light warriors. We are galactic warriors. There's nothing that we cannot break through. But also because we really wanted to learn. A lot of you have been raised by narcissists so that you truly, truly see how, through the psychology of mind manipulation, of the mind games, your soul has chosen this experience, even though I feel like I want to hug you if this is you, even though you deprived yourself of years and years and years of just not love and lack of nurturing. But God, I'm just so emotional right now. But you did it for your purpose. You did it for your mission. And right, when we are under these bubbles, we feel like we can never be free. Okay, a narcissist will never allow you to be your true self. And we are only free when we can live in alignment with our soul. And we cannot do that in the 3D dimension. We cannot do that under these dark spells, which are really, which are programming you to not be yourself and to become a template that is serving an agenda. Whether that is on an individual relationship level or, societal level. You become a slave to the system. And, the way these dark spells operate is that they inverted reality, meaning the gods, the sacred feminine energy, radiance, nurturing, Mary Magdalene kind of frequency has lost all her quote unquote glamour, has lost her radiance. I say this based on personal experience, and you feel like you're just not seen. You're hidden under a veil, literally. I have personally felt like I had a veil all over me for 30 years, okay, for the past 3 decades of this human existence. And I can just say, whether you're male or female, okay? If you're a male, well, this is a very, very important topic. If you're a female, and if you're listening to this, you can definitely resonate with that. And so you look around at all these templates of, whatever beauty standards that there were out there, and you feel like you can never measure up to them, because you never will, because they're fake, because they're illusions, because they don't exist. I really, really want to let this land, because it's so important. This is the case for all societal standards. Even if you reach, the top level CEO, whatever, if it's not something that is your purpose, that is aligned with your soul, it is an illusion, because it will never, 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 never be enough. It will never bring you fulfillment. It will never feel like you've landed anywhere. Please keep this in mind. It's not about the money. It's not about, external fake ass standards. It is about your soul purpose and true love, true fulfillment. Not, this narcissistic mind can keep you, keep you in doses. Just gonna give you a little bit of fake love or fake affection, but just so that I keep you in the loop, so that you serve me the purpose. And if you think about it, it's something that just struck me right now as we speak. This is how the paycheck system works, right? It's like you are literally abused for 30 days or 4 weeks or a month or whatever. But then at least you know that at the end of the month, you get some sort of benefit, or you're given something, right? And you have, sold your soul, you have given all your time, all your efforts for a certain company. And again, not all matrix jobs are awful and they're, the devil. Some are actually extremely rewarding, and it doesn't mean that we're all going to stop working. Even, new earth jobs, in a way, we're going to work with the system of employees and companies, but just God-based, right? Source-based, soul-based. They all have to be fulfilling. Otherwise, it's just yet another slavery system. So interesting fact. I never realized that, but this is how the paycheck works, right? You're not paid. You're paid by your time. You're paid if you give your time. And this is how narcissistic relationships work as well. You're given some sort of false love or false, just a little bite. So long you're fulfilling the job of, giving the person what she or he needs or wants, or, demands. That's the word, demands. The reason why I'm sharing so much about the narcissist is because it is literally, and I shared this in the community tab, it is an extremely important topic to grasp when you're a light worker, because this is the basis of the spiritual war. You are not in a relationship with another person. You are in a spiritual battle. Okay? Because the narcissists, or the reptilians, are the ones who lack empathy. They do not have a soul. They do not have access to the 5D frequency to source, to pure source energy. They operate, they're, soulless. But I don't even know how they are created, but they all serve the underworld agenda. They all serve the dark forces, okay? And, there is something that, and that's just my opinion, okay? I'm not channeling right now. This is the human me sharing this, okay? So take it if it resonates. I don't have it, it's not proven or anything like that. It's just my opinion, okay? I want to make this clear. So if you don't resonate or don't agree with that, that's perfect. I am willing to be challenged. There is a tendency right now with so many narcissists that, create all these YouTube channels and share about living as a narcissist, which, in a way feels like a step forward, feels like emphasis, feels like a step forward because, we tend to say that narcissists lack awareness, okay? And so, oh my God, this is just, I want you guys to hear very, very well. This is just another manipulation technique. Of course, they are aware of what they're doing. But now it feels like, oh my God, finally, a narcissist can, they can reach the light. Oh, they finally maybe understood. They finally maybe, and as an empath, you care about, you care, period. You care. Even if it's a demon, you care. And a very important lesson that we are, harshly put through is understanding boundaries, understanding how to see through the nonsense and give up the hope, because you're not here to convince the dark forces to come to you. You're here to help your people, to help your tribe break free from the bubbles of illusions. Okay, we're not here to save the planet. Oh, sorry. Yes, we are. We're here to save Mother Gaia, but we're not here to save the whole entire humanity, because as we know, there is an earth split, right? There are humans, there are narcissists, there are reptilians, there is the 3D agenda that will stay in the 3D. And they're just going to keep looping over and over and over and over on this, dark agenda, on this dark timeline of wars and even more destruction. And who knows what's going to happen. But then there is the 5D, the earth split. And the 5D are the ones that have chosen the light, that have walked the path. And we are not meant to carry anyone with us. We're just meant to go there, inspire others, and detach from trying to convince anyone to come with us. Please understand, your role is not to save humanity. Jesus did not try to convince anyone of anything. And it has taken 2,000 years and more for humanity to actually start understanding certain things. And they even didn't understand at all, because they're using, the whole Jesus story in a way that is even more manipulation and shaming and, religion. But, Jesus came here to carry the torch of the light. Okay, that freaking badass Syrian soul came here to shine his light. His way to disproportionate light compared to where humanity was 2,000 years ago. But he still came here. He is an amazing, extremely elevated soul. Which, it's the case for a lot of you listening right now. You are a prophet as well. You are not, a lot of you are Syrians here. So, in the 90 were just hanging out with Jesus as souls, just like, just like you're hanging out with anyone else here. That's just what it is, right? It's just the programming that, oh, this is, the religion programming, putting a religious figure or a spiritual figure on a pedestal that made us feel powerless. But, as light workers, as star seeds, you carry the same mission as, Buddha, as Jesus, as other ascended masters. I really hope you understand this. So anyway, where were we? Okay, narcissist. And by the way, the reason why I'm sharing about this stuff, it's actually not even that I was confronted. I never had a narcissist. Well, I did have, third level relatives narcissist in my family, but I never had very close contact. Like, none of my parents were. I never been in a narcissistic relationship other than 2 weeks horrible experience, but I immediately saw through the person. But I was, for some reason, I was compelled, I was always drawn to learn about them. Well, actually, yeah, I was in, those women's circles where they used a lot of those techniques, because the gurus are the narcissists, okay? The cults are the narcissists. So back to the energetic bubbles, okay? All these, big industries, media, please. I have stopped watching TV and, even listening to music, the mainstream things 10 years ago. Well, 15 years ago. And that is the only way that you can purify yourself, because they work on such a subtle level. I mean, why would you go to, well, it really depends on the culture and the place, right? Right now, I live in a country that is, thank God, evolved enough and enlightened enough to not put music inside of bars or inside of restaurants or inside of public places. But when you go to some other countries that are extremely controlled and under the dark forces and under the dark influences, you hear this music blasting everywhere, okay? Gyms, and it's horrible. Like, personally, I have raised my vibration enough that I literally, I cannot be in a public place. I cannot be in malls. I cannot be in those environments where I know that I'm being abused. I'm being energetically abused. I don't want that. Just give me my peace. Anyway, so as empaths, it is highly, highly important for us to protect our energy. Our frequency is everything. Our frequency is our currency. I know this is very, this has become a little bit of a mantra out there, but it is true, right? When you stop investing into everyone else's agendas, okay? I don't care if it's your cat, your grandmother, your spouse, I don't care. But so long you're not in your sovereign, aligned frequency, aligned energy, and you are swayed in all these directions, you are controlled. Because no one who really is meant to be in your life will ever try to persuade you or influence you into anything. And this is the biggest lie of all, right? Because we think that we owe something to anyone. We don't. As souls, we are free. And the only people who are meant to be in your life are the ones who keep your soul free as well. And the biggest, and I want to end with this because I feel like this is for someone in particular listening to this. This is for someone. The biggest programming of all is that when you are free, you're going to be so reckless, you're going to be so irresponsible, you're going to do just, really It's like setting free a horse that is just going to, just run and never come back. But that's because as free spirits, as starseeds, as this huge presence of light on this earth, we have been so kept under imprisoning systems that we feel like if we regain control, that was something that I, relate with a while ago, but it's it's something that I freed myself from, this idea of freedom equals freedom being afraid of freedom, because we were programmed to be afraid of freedom. We were programmed to be afraid of freedom, the real freedom, okay? And to seek freedom into toxic things like drugs, like, other agendas. But the real freedom is being able to walk your own path regardless of nonsense chatter, regardless of whoever tries to sway you in a different direction. It's being your most free soul. And as I was saying, there is this conditioning from, families that, they put you into this box because, some may genuinely think they're doing the best for you, but they actually go against you because, they never actually hear you, right? Parenting, previous generations, karmic cycles, parenting is never, oh, okay, so we have a soul coming into our family. That soul is unique. They don't have to follow a predefined path, or worse, they don't have to follow our path because we have just unconsciously recycled nonsense patterns from our generations as well. And so if we really, really, really love this soul, we're going to figure out who they are. We're going to encourage his or own, just unique path. And we're going to try to figure out ways in which, this can be encouraged, his or her own authenticity. But because the system is so imprisoning, and parents also carry this big fear of the system and, oh my God, he or she, our child needs to make it. And they're also seduced by this. They're also under the dark spells and under the dark energetic bubbles. They program you, right? They program you as well to invest into the same things that they invested blindly and unconsciously. And our job is not to convince or to rescue our parents or to rescue anyone from our family. Our job is to break free. Period. Our job is to break free and then join those who are in our team, join those who are willing to open their minds to open their minds to the reality. Okay, and again, so long you are going to stay inside of bubbles of illusions, your perception will be clouded. You're not going to be able to see the truth. And for me, I have been a life researcher for more than 10 years since I had my first spiritual awakening. And I was looking for answers just literally every single place, everywhere. I wanted to understand. I wanted to know, why do I feel like a crap? Why do I feel like crap? Why don't I belong? Why do I, why all these women seem to have it all and all the attention, and me as a pure soul, as a sacred being that walks the path of God, why do I have it so hard? It's because it's the inverted matrix. Okay, the real beauty is not in the fake. The real love is not conditional. The real abundance is not in the bank accounts. The real purpose is not out there, it's within us anyway. So all these things that we have been living in this twisted reality, they have kept us inside of bubbles of perception, and that is a teeny tiny bubble of what reality can be. And then when you explode into the 5D, then you're actually accessing the quantum field. And the reason why, inside of that bubble, you have also been programmed to fear possibilities, to fear expansion, to fear the whole universe, right? This is why Earth so far has been so much, it's like an isolated bubble in the universe. No one comes to visit us, you guys. I mean, we really have to ask these questions, like, why no one from this whole vast expanded universe, these enlightened, these highly advanced beings with their flying ships, and why don't they come and say hello? I mean, seriously, we gotta be really, really repulsive. I'm having a blast right now. We have to be really repulsive for... And I mean, I get it, just look at the programming around aliens, and just only the word alien itself, it means I don't know how to pronounce that, but alienation. It means being separate, being far from something, alienated. And I almost never use the word alien, because I don't think we're aliens. I think we're just, different races, different cosmic species. And, we also have the dark aliens, and there are the light beings. And they're extremely spiritually advanced, technologically advanced, all that stuff. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop there, because I was saying, and the way you can actually see through the fact that the whole Earth is under an energetic bubble, and this is the ascension process, right? To break free from the bubble, see yourself inside of that energetic bubble, and breaking free from it through taking back control and mastery over the perception of reality and the mind control systems. This is how we break free from the 3D and into 5D. And, personally, as I was saying, the only way I could do that, because even though you work on your mind, even though you work on the emotions, even though you work on seemingly logical steps, you can never actually, it's still inside of that same bubble. It's still inside of the same karmic cycles. And the only way that you can actually pierce through and break free, for me personally, has been connecting to these high beings, because they can actually pull you, lift you up from, through upgrading your system with these light codes. This is why what I'm offering is these quantum healing sessions using light codes from, mostly the Syrians, but also other high beings that actually help you upgrade your system so much that you first of all, we go through the phase of purification and deconstruction of these systems, and then we code in these new light codes that are helping you, through like regenerating your whole system into higher frequencies. And when you lift into higher frequency, actually, you can never have access. Okay, this is a highly important one. You cannot have access to your soul, to your real divine counterpart. You cannot have access to your gifts inside of the 3D bubble. When you are inside of the 3D bubble, you are manipulated by the dark forces. An example is the divine masculine, who is, who has been with the dark feminine inside of the 3D bubble, and seeing the divine feminine inverted. And, she was the Jezebel. She was the manipulator. She was the one who was, he was seeing her through very distorted lenses because his mind was upside down from the inverted matrix. And she, in return, she saw him as unreachable, as inaccessible for her because, she was so oppressed and so ostracized and so beaten up that her internal, her self-esteem was so low that she, because she was so put down by these dark feminines saying that, we have the man. Anyway, we, keeping the masculines trapped inside of those illusions because of all these mind games. The divine feminine, the Mary Magdalene seed branch, the creators, the New Earth visionaries, the women of God, they were excluded. They were not able to reach their destiny, and this would have never happened inside of the bubble. So what the collective feminine did, they, a lot of them, they just completely removed themselves from the world and raising their vibration enough to, be in the 5D. And through energetic work and through sometimes public work as well, not all of us, but many of us, we helped the divine masculine collective as well remember their truth. But it is only through, we could have never been able to do that inside of the 3D. Please know that. It is only through raising your vibration enough to be in the 5D, detach yourself from whoever, even listens to you. It was not a calculated agenda. It was, our destiny. Personally, I know that God, God's put me here to guide, well, first of all, my own personal God-chosen partner, but also the collective, okay? But it is not through control systems and control mechanism. It is through being in your frequency, shining your light, and no longer being ostracized by these dark influences, and be freaking confident enough to, this is very interesting because, and I will end with this. I have personally been very criticized and judged and always said that I was overly confident. There is no such thing as overconfidence over anything, okay? It is just who you are. It is your essence. It is your unique frequency, right? And that is because the dark forces were afraid of me shining my light. They were afraid of me, of me attracting people into the light. Because that's what confidence does. Confidence is a frequency. It shows alignment with source. Okay, the whole insecurity, self-deprecation programming, it's nonsense. Obviously, confidence and arrogance are two different things. Arrogance is the 3D agenda. It's the narcissist. It's a frequency that I hope you can discern. And real confidence is when you know who you are and you are so unshakable that you cannot be manipulated by the systems that tell you to devalue yourself. I hope this message landed where it needed to land. I am sending you so much Syrian love, and I will see you in the next one. And happy new age of Aquarius, everyone. Let's roll.